let me lead you on over to our next trailer.
Oh.
Aha! Let's talk about Secret Invasion, guys. How about that Secret Invasion? So,
This was a lot darker in tone than what I was expecting.
yeah?
Like even for like a Captain America Civil War tone, yeah, this was a lot darker than that.
I mean, I kind of expected this since the main character is Fury, and Fury doesn't trust anybody.
I mean,
I was just expecting more Winter Soldier,
Oh.
that bit slightly not lightheartedness, but it's not as grim and depressing as this one.
Kind of what I was going for, and I'm not gonna lie, like I like the trailer, but something about it just didn't fully click with me, and I don't know what it is. Maybe just the excitement for some of the other stuff in Werewolf by Night, obviously, but this trailer didn't do a whole lot for me in terms of, oh, this is must watch. Again, I like it, but something about it just seemed off to me. I don't know.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great trailer.
The reason I think why it's not clicking with a lot of people is because you haven't seen like Nick Fury in a protagonist role throughout everything that happened in the MCU. He was always just a supporting character.
Uh-huh.
But I'm like really excited for this because I wanted to see what would a Nick Fury led film be, and this is kind of what I expected.
Now, I do want to mention this, and this is something I was talking with my wife with and a couple other people who are fans of the comics. And I think the one thing that they pointed out that maybe the reason I'm kind of like on it, and I think they did land on the correct, this is probably why. It's in the comics, when you look at Secret Invasion, it was so grandiose in nature, right? And what they were going for.
And this is real small scale.
It's that thing again, where I'm kind of like, and again, Secret Invasion was the time that brought me back into the MCU that built up the Dark Avengers. So like that, or into Marvel Comics. So like it was my first entry point back in after like missing a bunch of Marvel for like 8 or 9 years. So like it holds like a special place in my heart. And I think that was kind of it. So like I'm definitely expecting, oh, guess who's a Skrull? This person, you didn't see it coming. But it's like, it's not as grandiose as the comic event. So to me, it's like, oh, it's just not the same. So I think that's.
See, I was the second they announced it, I was like, yeah, it's not going to be that big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I knew it was going to be that big. But the one scene from Secret Invasion I did like. It was what was it? It was in that little meeting area, and you see that one guy, but there's like multiple different copies of him.
Yeah, they will stand up and they change into him.
Yeah.
That was a cool show.
Yeah,
I'm just here for Media Clark.
Sim,
all 5'2"
you
of us.
Simp.
The one thing I do want, hopefully, there's a reference to in Secret Invasion is the Skrull cows.
I mean, I also personally hope it ties into some of the events of, the last Spider-Man film or the one before that, and also Captain Marvel. Like, it kind of has to, right? You hope? I mean...
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Captain Marvel's in this.
Yeah.
Possibly, because, like, when we see in the trailer, Nick Fury's been in space for a bit. He hasn't come back to Earth until recently.
And also, don't forget at D20, or not D23, San Diego Comic-Con, when they talked about Secret Invasion, the press release and what Feige said after is that this is Disney Plus's crossover event. So I'm definitely expecting a couple more, like, this has got to be more characters than the trailer showed. Obviously, they're just teasing the small, it's a teaser trailer. It's not even the first trailer, really, so...
No. And they also say it leads straight into Armor Wars, which I found interesting.
Yeah.
I was like, that's one way to, like, how do you... Obviously, it's Rhodey's in both of them, because they had Don Cheadle talk about both projects. But it's like, how do you get Secret Invasion to lead into Armor Wars?
Yeah.
Because from what I don't know if we're going to talk about... Well, are we going to talk about Armor Wars later? Because they did have some information on that. And the reason...
Well, they spoke about them as a pair, didn't they?
Yeah, so I guess we'll just talk about it here then as a pair. So,
okay, well, from what I saw is that I guess something happens to where I guess the Skrulls were trying to divvy up, I guess, the Stark's tech, because in Armor Wars that's what Rhodey's end up doing, is trying to stop whoever stole Stark's technology. So I could see something like that happen if it's going to lead into that.
I mean, I'm still leaning on we're going to find out that Rhodey at some point was replaced, and whatever this Rhodey's doing is probably a Skrull, and Armor Wars leads into the real Rhodes being like,
please
oh,
no.
crap. Like,
as long as he was replaced post-Endgame, I'll be all right.
100%, yeah, post-Endgame. Yeah.
That's kind of it's how you see the Skrull Rhodey walking around just fine, and the real Rhodey shows up, and he's still doesn't have the use of his legs. It's like, oof.
I'm telling you, this is how they bring back Terrence Howard.
I was just about to say one of them cocks it up and it's Terrence Howard. Like, yeah, I can see that.
But who are you again?
Just a really racist Skrull.
No, he's going to show up like, who are you again? Maine? Oh?
So next time.
Next time. This time, baby. Gets into a suit and flies off, because remember, in real life, Terrence Howard said he's invented an Iron Man suit in real life, so I don't know.
It's a cardboard cosplay.
I'm not making this up, people. Go look this up. He actually said it. I'm not making this up. It's real. It's real world lore tying into Secret Invasion. It's actually them just trying to steal the prototype he built. It's a biopic. It's going to be amazing.
I'd be fine with that, unironically.
Terrence Howard just running away from Kevin Feige trying to steal his plans.
Though I wonder if they're going to use the War Machine armor that he wore during Secret Invasion.
Which one was that?
I'm trying to find the actual mark.
Yeah, what? Yeah. I hope that they don't give him, like, look, I like the armor he had in Endgame, the big bolty new, like, freaking, like, I don't even know how to describe it. It looked like a giant tank.
I say I liked that suit.
Yeah.
When they first showed it off, I then saw someone repaint the hot toy of it, so it's the black and the white. I hate it. It's disgusting. It looks so bad.
It only works with the colors they gave it.
The mark,
it's like, what is this?
From what I've seen from like the covers and stuff, it kind of looks like the Extremist armor.
Oh yeah, because it's around the same time, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a version of the Extremist armor, but just black and white.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to see Rhodey go back to a more streamlined War Machine, like a bit more like Iron Man 2 sort of style.
Same. Yep. Like take a couple steps back, and yeah.
And obviously keep all the bells and whistles he's got, but I just keep it a bit more not horrendously Hulk-sized.
That's the whole thing. Like take it back a bit and then tie it into maybe Rhodes has to rebuild an armor from scratch and he has to go back to basics because he doesn't know what Tony was doing. Like that'd be an interesting angle to take and give him something of his own kind of arc in building and having to not, need Tony for it. Like there's some.
They have it so like Ezekiel gets the War Machine suit he has now, and that's how Stain gets the armors, and then he has to go back to the old one.
Exactly. So like you can play around with the ideas. So I hope so. But yeah, Secret Invasion, Armor Wars, a pair of them going together kind of makes sense, which makes me think that Armor Wars definitely 2024 by the sounds of it, if not 2025 at the latest. So.
Well, I said they're shooting it next year, so I assume 24.
Yeah. And if they say winter of 2024, that means spring of 2025, just so you know. So.
Would it be spring 25 or would it just be like early 25?
Oh, like February, like tiptoeing on spring? Yeah, it could be it too. So, wow, Marvel Studios following the Hot Toys delivery. You're getting this in December, actually summer of the following year.
I was thinking of the Final Fantasy Rebirth or Remake Part 2, where they're like, oh yes, it's going to be winter 23, and everyone's like, oh my god, Christmas. Like, no, it's going to be like February. Get over it.
It's like, I'm trying to remember which one it was. It was one of them, because I think it was Secret Invasion, or is it Armor Wars, where it's only going to be like 6 episodes. So.
Well, they're all going to be 6 episodes.
Yeah, unless stated otherwise, apparently.
Yeah.
Yep. So there we go, everybody. Stay tuned. Can't wait to talk more about Armor Wars and Secret Invasion.